Good evening, air signs. How you doing, air signs? Welcome to Kiki's Doorway. We're going to see what our past lives, what your beautiful, communicative, and communicative air sign past life wants you to know. For June 11th to June 22nd, yeah, I'm doing a full spread tonight because I want to know what to do, what my air sign side of myself wants to know. So, God, Gaia, God, Goddess, Mother, Father, what should Gemini, Libra, Aquarius know about their past lives for June 11th to June 22nd, 2018? What should air signs Gemini, Libra, Aquarius learn about their past lives for June 11th to June 22nd? What intuitive knowledge does the past lives want Geminis, Libra, and Aquarius know for June 11th to June 22nd, 2018? What foundation of their past lives should Geminis, Aquarius, and Libras know about their past lives? Let's see. 22, the master number. Combining your ego with your vessel self, the experiences that you learn in this life with the ego that walked this life with you. Okay, what actions? What actions should Geminis, Libra, Aquarius take? What actions? Oh, yeah, I get me all wild up. See, when I do air signs, I get wild up, very passionate. People I care about and love and learn from spiritually and artistically came from a lot of air signs. And yet they don't give themselves credit for that. So let's see what actions y'all should take in finding that about yourselves. Let's see. Okay, one more. All right, let's get it cracking, air signs. All right. So let's see first what your past lives want you to know. Okay. Got my sage burning. Okay. I see why. Orphan. Air signs, Geminis, Libra, Aquarius. A part of you know, or a part of you have experienced being abandoned or orphaned. Even if you had your mother, you might not have had your father. If you had both parents, you might have felt like you had to figure life out or become the adult in the family, so you didn't really was able to experience your childhood. Those are blessings. It sounds really fucked up, but this is coming from also Scorpio side of myself. I had a mother but didn't have a father. I had a physical father, but I never seen him until I was 9. So to have that feeling of abandonment, I didn't have to be physically with no parents to feel an orphan. Just having one that had to carry on for both made me feel alone, made me feel like I had to be either the masculine or the feminine at times. And what you haven't realized, and what I had to see in myself, is because of those hard struggles throughout your young childhood, it gave you the strength and spiritual understanding on how to be both in a world that might have showed you to just be one of them. And from that, you combined your spiritual with your earthly experiences, like we were just discussing earlier, that you don't have to literally be an orphan to feel abandoned. Sometimes growing up too early or taking on responsibilities in life make you feel like you missed out on the childhood or your creative side or your bold side. And from that, in your next past life, you took that into religion, because religion in those time periods, in the Celtic time periods, you were able to combine the Father, which is Source, the sky, the moon, the stars, the sun, the planets, and then you were able to combine the earthly mother and figured out how to create that as a religion so you wouldn't feel alone. When you did that, you became very prosperous. So in this life, see if you can combine your lessons in abandonment and how you use survival tactics, even in the now, to survive. Mix that with your spiritual side, with your soul, and the finances that you seek, you will gain simultaneously as soon as you unlock that in yourself. And as an air sign, that can be very scary because the soul is not really talked about. But guess what, Geminis? Guess what, Libras? Guess what, Aquarius? You have been demonstrating your soul since the time you walked this earth. That would explain why you had to experience solitude, why you had to become that Virgo side of yourself, that hermit, why you had to become that mother, that father, that grandfather, that grandmother, that aunt and uncle to other people so they can find themselves. So use that to find a way to become financially abundant, and the actions you could take to start on that financial quest to combine 7 of Earth, using that Libra. See, Libra, you're in here. Gemini, you're in here. Aquarius, you're in here. But now you're using it in the earthly realm. So seeds will be planted. A temporary pause in action, meaning for me, now that I feel comfortable doing spiritual readings, because this helps me to tap into my water side, to my air side of myself. And also, I have to be even fiery. I had to use the fire side of me to manifest this. So I had to use every other element to be comfortable with myself. So air signs, when you combine, use the earthly realm to become successful. Apply for PayPal. Find ways, use technology to activate areas to become abundant. Maybe you have a story to tell. Use social media to express that. Writing, anything, blogging, painting, music, anything creative that is tangible. Use that. And with that, you will be able to combine your ego, the childlike side of yourself, the Aries, Sagittarius, Leo side of yourself, to the mature air sign that you always knew you will be and are going to be. Merge those two like you have done before, and from that you will come into your own new partnerships, meaning now you have married yourself. You have married the ego and your vessel, your body that has experience with your ego. Now you're able to manifest and play with that. From that, you will get new partnerships or contracts. Continue to move forward. When you move forward, again, air signs, you're not a page, you're not a pawn, you're not a knight, you're now a queen of air, a king of air. Whenever I see a queen, I know the king is always nearby. So you've always been the king of air. Now it's time to unlock that feminine quality of yourself, because you came from a mother. You know how to spit game from women. I mean, come on. This is how we learn, don't we? When you do that, when you unlock that feminine aspect of yourself, Doesn't mean you have to literally feel like you gotta be a female, but use that intuition, use your charm, use your sensuality, use the senses to magnetize or magnify people towards you. You do that air-wise. Now do it in an amplified way, in an intuitive way, in a primal way. Independent, experienced. You are experienced, air signs. You know how to get it. Now, don't be ashamed to get it. Be realistic and witty about it, like you always are. Now you had to just admit that you are these qualities when you go out there to get what you want. Objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in a situation. Who better Geminis? Who better Libras? Who better Aquarius than you? You hold the key to see sometimes the tragedy in triumph. Look at your tragedy as an orphan and see the triumph in that. Because obviously, I don't see any downfalls after you had to experience in your past lives being an orphan. You use that in spirituality and religion and set forth for others in other civilizations to accept themselves, even if they felt abandoned. And from that, people looked at you and gave you finances, gave you the financial finances, gave you the spiritual finances, gave you the mental finances that you always yearned for. Do that once more. So, air signs, until we meet again, I love you. They love you. God, Goddess, God, Gaia, Mother, Father always loves you. Come on. Use some wings and fly. Till we meet again, I love you. See you on the other side.